So this is the Wazabi Garage bowl. It's actually a coat hanger.
What?
Do you think we should do a bowl extension?
What's that?
Are you kidding me? You don't know what a bowl extension is? So like, normal bowl, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Bowl extension. So you just get it in the people's faces some more. Because now it's more noticeable. If I drive around like this, that dope. If it was back here, what is that? Bowl extension. I like it. Bowl extension. Alright guys, I want you to remember this one. Today's tip of the day. If you're going to be laying on the ground to work on your car that you probably broke, make sure you don't get your clothes dirty that your mom bought you. Because I do that all the time. So, simply take a piece of cardboard, lay it on the ground, then kneel on the ground to work. And what happens? You stand back up and your knees have minimal dirt on them. So when you go home, your parents don't rip you. Okay? Remember it. Don't forget it. Remember it. It's the tip of the day. The T-O-T... Wait, hold on. That's a lot of T's.
T-O-D-D?
T-O-D... No, T-O-T-T. Wait,
Day
no.
does not start with T, bro.
Oh, I was thinking today. Like, tip of today?
Oh.
Tip of today. So, well, first off, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. What's the date? I know it's Easter, but what's the date?
12th of April.
It's April 12th. The reason we're here today, talk about this guy. And do some work on him. Which, you guys haven't seen me do any work yet. So, for those of you that don't know what this car is, or any background history on me, this is my 2004 e46 325 Ci. So it's a two-door, which you probably can't see from that shot, but it's fine. It's a two-door. It was basically totaled when I bought it. Car has 100,000 miles on it. Well, 110, my bad. But the reason I bought it was to make it into a drift car. I've always liked the E46 body style. This is my second one. I had a four-door that I got my freshman year, and that one's now in the junkyard. We'll get to that some other time. This car, basically all stock, besides the fact that I ripped half the interior out, and this is definitely not stock because it's been totaled. I bought the car for a whopping $200 off Craigslist. This thing's got a lot of damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
The end goal for this car is to be just like a simple, reliable drift car that I can take out. It's not going to be street legal, but that I can just take out to Buttonwillow or Willow Springs on a weekend and just have a bunch of fun in it. Bro, you're joking right now. I said it's pretty much totaled. When I first got it, I was like, the damage is bad, but it doesn't look too structural, so I cut out what was bad. Found out that the shock tower on this side is just completely pushed in towards the motor, about half an inch, which is bad because when I put this thing on the ground, I mean, normally your wheels kind of go like this on an E46, and when I put this thing on the ground, it had the grandma factory stance on one side and the hot boy front end stance on this side. So that's when we knew put your phone on silent if you're gonna film. So, Craigslist, you always run into some very interesting, intricate brains. Apparently this guy had just gotten out of jail, and he was like, I have this car and I need to get rid of it. And I was like, and I think he had it up for like $400 or $350 on Craigslist. And my dad's like negotiating king. So he got in there and was like $200, and the guy was like, yeah, come pick it up. So probably could have offered him $150 and he probably would have taken it. The plan for today is to take this crusty old suspension out of here. The suspension is true on this side. It's supposed to be true on the other side. And when I say by true, is everything's straight, nothing's bent, which I know this side's perfect. But I'm gonna take it all out so I can start getting away at making new strut towers. But I'm gonna take it out, take all lower control arm off the spindle, everything apart. I'm gonna sandblast it, either powder coat or just paint it. Something a little more festive, okay? We can't just have old crusty aluminum lower control arms, kids. We gotta go something. So, drop a comment on what color I should make my lower control arms, okay? Or my spindles, or anything else on this car. Drop them down there, down in the comments. So yeah, it's good to get to work. Alright, so got this corner dangling from a strap, everything's undone. I wouldn't recommend doing what I'm about to do. See, the strap has a lot of tension on it, and that's kind of just hanging from it. And I'm just gonna kind of let it go. I'm gonna try to do it slowly, but if it falls, it falls. So, hold on. Whoa! Hey, it didn't hit the ground yet. That was pretty soft. That was pretty soft. That's what one corner suspension out of the e46 looks like. As you can see, this just isn't me. I need something more vibrant, and this is killing it. So, we're done on one side. Let's hop over to the other side. Basically, do the same thing to this side now. So, I'm about to have an allergy attack. Alright, so, what you see here, this is factory BMW stamped sheet metal, and it's really good for a street car, don't get me wrong. But when you want to go fast and be sideways, like an FD boy, you gotta make it stronger. So, what we're gonna do is, basically wherever you see these spot welds, that's all gonna come out. You're just gonna see bare firewall here. This whole tub's coming out. This is coming out. Basically, everything that's in the engine bay is coming out, including this hunk of metal. The only things that are not being really modified are these. Well, it's a unibody, but I like to call these kind of the frame rails because it's the only thing that kind of looks like a frame rail in this car. So, goodbye, and then all tubular. Can't you just imagine it? So, these two bolts for the back of the swing arm bushing. Well, I mean, it's the bushing in the back. That's what I said there. So, it's just these two 16mm bolts that are chilling right here. And you can't get a socket in there unless you take this pan off, which it's really oily and I don't want to crawl in the car right now. So, you can manage with just a normal wrench. So, when you're doing this and it's really tight, I would never suggest when you're trying to break something loose that's really tight and you have a gear wrench, I would always use the open end. Because the open end has no give really, but in the ratchet end, you can break these gears and then you're gonna be mad and then you're gonna have to go to Sears and no Sears are even open anymore and then you have to get a new gear wrench. So just take this tip and enjoy it. So, I got one loose. This little guy, he's loose. The one back here is a little tighter, you can't really get it. And I don't want to slip and bust my hand open. So, this is where something called a cheater bar comes in handy. It's just a piece of square tubing. So, all I'm gonna do is you put your wrench on there like so. Then you take your cheater bar, slide it over your wrench, right? And then you have more leverage now. So as long as that stays on the bolt head, and you just give it a nice pull. That's all I really needed. And you can see how easy I pulled on that. Wasn't even struggling. Now, that's loose. And that's loose. So come on. Oh, it was so close. It was so close, folks. But yet we're so far. You know, I don't like this. I don't like how you're just hovering over the camera. It's really making me feel comfortable. Hopefully the car doesn't catch on fire. Oh, we have a small fire. Yeah, sometimes, so I have a replacement pan, so don't give me crap for demolishing this one right now. Alright, so our problem right now is the ball joint on the front corner of the lower control arm that connects to it goes actually through the subframe cross member. What's really hard about it is on the other side I can reach a long extension with the Allen to get the center of the bolt, and then I can hold the wrench down lower and I can break it loose that way. This one's a little harder because back in here we have our passenger side motor mount, which conveniently is right in my way. So I was able to actually break the nut loose on the threads, but now the hard part is going to be trying to get the threads from not spinning, which sometimes you get lucky enough and the threads are so they've been in that sleeve for so long that they don't really spin, especially because there's a bevel on it. So I broke it loose without having the thread spin from the ball joint, which is good. So this guy. That's why you can't bring kids in the shop. Alright, so we're gonna try, now the flashlight's dead, so it's crazy. It's so there you go. So it turned off again. Alright, so anyways, we'll just hop back in there, see what we can do. And yes, I'm using a croissant wrench. Well, as you can probably tell, I'm super sweaty because this thing is not showing any mercy. And it kind of sucks. It won't come out. So I'm not giving up because Mama didn't raise no bitch. So we're gonna hop back in here, try a couple of different techniques. See, this is why mechanics get so angry. Don't piss off your mechanics. If they're already having a bad day, it's probably because your piece of BMW has something terribly hard to fix on it. We have success! So, basically an overview of what we got done today. Got both the suspension corners of the front end out. So we got the shock, the spindle, lower control arm, tie rod. It's all out. I got it out of both driver's side and passenger side. Now that allows me to be able to start cutting away at these towers, which is our problem right now. So within the next couple episodes on the BMW build, the engine's going to be coming out to make room for me to chop these out from the backside and to build my whole tubular front end. So we're in a good position. Would have liked to get a little bit more work done today, but sometimes you have stubborn bolts that take up half your day. So
And a mom who wants to do Easter.
yeah, and my mom wants to paint rocks. Not even Easter eggs. She wants to paint rocks. But, you know, she does a lot for me, so I'll paint some rocks for her. So, that's pretty much it for this video. And go down here. Like, yeah, down there. Yeah. A little more over here. Yeah, right there. Wait, no, it's on this side. Yeah, down over here. And there's like this red like little button below my video that says subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, you should hit that until it turns gray. And spam the crap out of that like button. So, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you, should I say next week again?